Can fear in dogs be cured? Definitely not. Can a fearful dog completely overcome those kinds of emotions that used to affect them? That fear? Definitely yes. Hello to everyone, I'm Alberto from Lobos. As I explained in the first episode of dog training, an emotion is nothing more than an electrical impulse designed to get your body moving. It's just an electrical impulse designed to get your body moving. When your body gets moving, then one of the 7 basic emotional systems that all vertebrate mammals share gets activated. You don't live in emotions. Emotions, I repeat, are discharges or electrical impulses that are designed to get your body moving. An emotion is impossible to cure. First of all, because there's absolutely nothing to cure. All living individuals, all vertebrate mammals, we need to have at our disposal all the possible range of emotions. We all have to be able to run if we need to, and we all have to be able to face a stimulus. All possible range of emotions. We all need to have the ability to run if we have to, and we all need to be able to face a stimulus, in case it's the only option available to maximize our survival. In recent years, we've encountered many diagnoses from ethologists and veterinary clinical ethologists from different veterinary hospitals in Spain. And the diagnoses have always been very similar. The dog is scared. Fear is an emotion, and as such, it can't be cured. So the dog is always going to be fearful. Of course, fear is an emotion and emotions can't be cured. But if you understand that your dog is fearful and that it's never going to get better, are you condemning your dog to live like this for the rest of its life? Emotions are reflexive, so to speak. Is your dog going to live like this for the rest of its life? Emotions are reflexive, so to speak, because an emotion is reflected depending on the neurological state of the individual at the moment it gets activated. But you can have an impact on the neurological state before emotions.
The problem with the dog is that during the walk, she's constantly on edge. Super. Alert. Any stimulus, like bikes, kids, groups of people, really excites her, and she wants to get out of there all the time. Pulls on the leash with some dogs. 3, 2, 1. She lunges uncontrollably at them, and basically that's it. She just wants to go home all the time. To the car. She just wants to go home all the time. With the car.
When India arrives at the shelter, her neurological state isn't optimal, so when they see me, they run away. When I grab her with the leash, she freezes. She doesn't want to know anything more about me. The work, as always, starts with the leash, and we're going to introduce India to some of our working dogs, in this case, with Arkham, Gala, and Asia, to be able to start doing.
Subscribe. Hey, sleep on a sleepless night. Try to catch me, Holland, at the moment.
After this first interaction, where India's responses haven't been overly exaggerated. Regarding fear and flight, we decided to bring out more dogs so that, if we're on the right track, we can solidify the state she's currently in. I want you to pay attention to something that's incredibly important in our methodology, in our vision, and in our understanding of the reality of the world. Canine. When a dog is in an optimal neurological state, the rest of the dogs completely ignore that individual. In other words, that individual becomes almost invisible to the other dogs because they're in an optimal state. And this is what you are seeing right now with India. And this is what you're also seeing with Arkham, because Arkham's job is, really, to lower the intensity of the dog that's overly excited. In this case, it's not India, but one of our whippets. And her handler quickly realizes that under any other circumstances, her dog, India, would have already lunged at that whippet at the speed it approached.
What's strange is that Whippet hasn't already knocked her over. And at this speed, right to the butt.
Once we consolidate and extend the interval in which India is in an optimal state, she can socialize with the shelter dogs. We let her go unnoticed. We transition from leash to off-leash work without the dog noticing. She maintains the state we want as a reference. He maintains the state we want as a reference. Your dog may have lived in fear, insecurity, and reactivity because he has been the one who is continually generating and maintaining the state that we really want to identify as a reference. Your dog may have lived in a state that fostered fear, insecurity, and reactivity to stimuli so far, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have the capabilities to do so. And our job is to show you that you can create a reference in both the dog and the human that it is possible, and to have a place to row towards and direct ourselves together as a family unit. When you try to modify a behavior per se and don't pay attention to the neurological state, it's possible that the dog will stop performing that behavior in a conditioned way. But that doesn't mean we're helping the dog achieve the greatest well-being possible. India enjoys being with dogs peacefully. It's about enjoying India in a situation where she would have never been able to be around so many dogs, sharing spaces without the need to run away or attack. It's kind of weird, sharing spaces without the need to run away and without the need to attack. It's kind of weird, huh? This does not mean that the dog is cured. It means that for the first time, she's had an experience from which we can work to have a completely better and healthier life.